Good Yontif. It's Rabbi Earne on the incredible Maura Allen. And we're back on Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur, pretty serious day today. So we might have a little bit of a more somber tone as we sing together. Same guidelines as last week. If you're preschool or younger, we're going to start off with some fun songs, and then you're welcome to fast forward a little bit until we get to some of the fun things. We also have some stories available on this website for you to go to if you get a little bored. And then for our older children, we hope you'll make it through the opening songs and join us for some of the prayers, including our Ashamnu, including Avinu Malkeinu. Wow, so much to do on this pretty serious day. Hope you're all wearing your white shirts and white pants or something white. And it's time to get started with some opening songs. Maura Allen, take it away.
תפוחים מודבש לראש השנה, תפוחים מודבש לראש השנה, שנה טובה, שנה מתוקה, שנה טובה, שנה מתוקה, תפוחים מודבש לראש השנה, apples and honey for ראש השנה, apples and honey for ראש השנה, a good new year, a sweet new year, a good new year, a sweet new year, apples and honey for Rosh Hashanah.
That's right, we're just 10 days away from the beginning of the new year of Tishrei. And now for another song about the Shana Tova, Maura Allen.
Shana halfa, shana avra, v'ani yadai arima. Shana tova lecha ba, shana tova lachima. Shana tova, shana tova. Go to your Abba and your Ima and say Shana Tova. Shana Halfa, Shana Avra, V'ani Yadai Arima. Shana Tova Lecha ba, Shana Tova Lachima. Shana Tova, Shana Tova.
We have another version of our sing-along song, especially for Yom Kippur. Maura Allen, take it away.
Sing along song, come sing along song with me. It'll make you smile and be sick for a while. Let's sing along song with me. Yom Kippur reminds us that it is Atonement Day. Go to someone you have heard and say, come on, let's be friends. Everybody now, sing along song, come sing along song with me. It'll make you smile if you sing for a while. Just sing along song with me.
Get ready for our morning prayers. We're going to start with Modeh Ani. Modeh Ani means thank you. Thank you for all the presents that we get every morning. And I know last week I asked everyone, what are some presents that you get? And you told me about your head, your ears, so many amazing things. You know, I think this prayer was written when someone was looking in the mirror and they saw how beautiful they were. They saw all the amazing presents that just one body gets every morning. And say maybe when they got dressed and they put their kippah on, they were thankful for being Jewish too. So many ways, so many things to give thanks for. Moda Ani, Mora Allen, take it away.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Mode ani lefanecha. Melech
inside all of us, if you put your hands right here, you can feel your heart. And we say that even inside our heart, there's something even more special, which is our neshama, our soul. And there's a beautiful song from the Psalms that says that every day, our neshama, it sings, it celebrates in many different unique ways that are different and unique to each of us. Sometimes it's through singing, sometimes it's through being nice, sometimes it's through being helpful. So many ways that our soul dances. And this is a prayer about soul dancing. Kol haneshama hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol haneshama te'aleya, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol haneshama te'aleya. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol haneshama te'aleya, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol haneshama te'aleya, hallelujah, hallelujah.
You know, in the beginning of every concert, if you've ever been to a concert or a TV show, the musician cries out, "Who's ready to sing?" And sometimes back in the day, they would say, "Who's ready to rock?" And everyone would say, "I am." Well, this was not developed during the times of rock and roll stars. They borrowed from an ancient Jewish tradition. Because back in the day, when we did our prayers, the prayer leader would get up and say, "Who's ready to pray to God?" And everyone would say, "I am." And you think I'm crazy? Let me tell you the words. Baruch et Adonai HaMivorach. And then everyone responds, Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Le'olam Va'ed. Here's another melody you can try. Mora Allen, take us away. guys, it's time for the Shema. You know, sometimes, I don't know about you, but life can get pretty busy. You may notice that you got to go from point A to point B. You got to go to your school. You got to go to your sports. You got to go to your dance. You got to go to your blah, 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 and blah, blah. And you're moving so quickly. And suddenly you realize you can't hear people. Because when you're going really fast, it's hard to listen at the same time. And the Shema is a prayer that says, hey, it's okay to be busy, but make sure you take just a few moments just to sit back and listen. And if you're sitting with your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa or your little brother, this is one of those moments. Let's get a little bit closer, cover our eyes. And you cover your eyes because one of the reasons is that when I close my eyes, I feel safe with the people around me. I know that I can close my eyes and they're not going to tickle me. And that's also special to feel safe. So with that being said, Maura Allen is going to lead us in the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom alevavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta bam b'shivtecha beveitecha uvelechtecha v'derech uveshachbecha uvekumecha ukishartam le'od al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot ben einecha uchetavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvishe'arecha ve'haya. That was really cool. Did you notice Maura Allen was doing the sign language while I was singing? Like, wow, so awesome. Let's get ready for the next part of our service. Remind me again, long ago we were slaves in the land of Egypt, and in charge of Egypt was a really mean guy, and his name was Pharaoh. And then a great Jewish leader stood up to Pharaoh, and his name was Moses. And Moses went to Pharaoh and said, Pharaoh, let my people go. And Pharaoh said 3 times, no, 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 I will not let you go. So God and Moses teamed up. 10 plagues fell on the Egyptians. People of Israel were then ready to go because Pharaoh said, I'm through, get out of here. On their way out and on their way to the land of Israel was a big thing in front of them, and it was the Red Sea. So Moses took his staff, he put it in the water, it split into 2, and the people of Israel, they walked on through. They made it to the other side, and when they knew that they were safe on their way to Israel, they did this very thing. They sang this prayer 3,500 years ago that we're going to do right now in your house, wherever you're watching from, and they danced. And I encourage you to dance as much as you can as well. Maura Allen, take us away.
Come on.
What's the first thing that we do when we say the Amidah? 3 steps backwards. What's the next thing that we do when we say the Amidah? 3 steps forwards. What's the third thing that we do when we say the Amidah? Bend our knees and bow. Very good. Tell me something about our feet when we say the Amidah. We keep them together. That's right. Here we go. Is there anybody here who's ready to rock and roll during the Amidah? Put your hands in the air. Woo! Adonai sefatai titachu v'yagid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot Umevi Go'el Livnei B'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Zochreinu L'Chaim Melech Hafetz B'Chaim V'chadveinu B'Sefer HaChaim Le'manecha Elohim Chaim Melech Ozer Ufoked U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Abraham Ufoked Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye Metim Atah Rab Lehoshia Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye Metim Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verafech Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishanei Afar Michamacha Ba'agevurot Umidom Mehelach Melech Meimit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Ata L'chayot Meitim Baruch Ata Adonai Mechayeh HaMeitim Michamocha Avarachamim Zocher Yitzurav L'chaim berachamim. We just read an important verse involving the word rachamim. Rachamim means mercy. And it comes from the word rechem, which is the word used for womb, where all of us came from, inside our mother's womb. And what does it mean to offer rachamim, to offer mercy? It means to care for someone like our parents cared for us. It means to want for someone what our parents wanted for us, which is to be safe, to be okay, for everything to be what's in place so that we can be safe. And I want you to think, during this silent part of the Amidah, how have you given someone rachamim? How have you given someone mercy? Is there anyone you've cared, anyone you've helped, anyone you've gone out of your way so that they don't have to worry? Could have been they were scared about a test and you helped them study for it. It could have been they felt alone and you said, don't worry, I'm going to be here. We're going to hang out together. It could have been they were hungry and you provided them a snack. Whatever it was. And parents, you can think about how that applies to your life. Because I will say, the older you get, the more you realize how necessary we are, not just to provide rachamim for our children, but also for the people in our social lives, in our work lives. We're sources of rachamim. That's how we do God's work. So let's think about rachamim as we continue silently in the Amidah. As we're coming out of our Amidah, Rabbi Earne, would you lead us in Oseh Shalom?
Oseh Shalom Imroma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Hi everyone, what a nice Oseh Shalom we sang together. There's now a special prayer that we sing only on Yom Kippur, and it's called Ashamnu, and it allows us to think about all the mistakes that we made, not just ourselves, but what our community did. And the idea is we say these things at the same time, we touch our chest with hopes that we're just getting rid of it. So we won't do that next year. We're going to be better people. And we recognize that we did was wrong, and we strive to be better. Okay? So I'm going to say some of the traditional words in Hebrew, and then I'm going to ask you to think of some of your Ashamnus, and you can share them as a family while Maura Allen plays music. And then I'm going to add a couple for us all to think about. Okay? Maura Allen, why don't you start us off with the melody? And everyone should have their arm on their heart like this, okay?
Ay, 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 ay,
Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, Dibarnu Dofi. Ay, 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 we made mistakes, we were mean, we took things without asking, we have spoken about others behind their backs. Ay, 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 ay. One more time, your turn. We were not patient. We may not have worn our masks when we should have. We judged people for their political views. We could have been more loving. We could have spent more time with our loved ones. We could have shared more. We could have told people who we love them. We could have hugged our family more. That was really nice. Okay, everyone. On Rosh Hashanah, we sing Avinu Malkeinu. We're going to sing it one more time. If you're sitting in different parts of the room, now's the time to get close together, especially if you're all in the same bubble. Let's arm in arm it. Warren, Alan, and I are not yet in the same bubble, so we're going to not arm in arm, but you can. But let's sing with all of our hearts, Avinu Malkeinu. That's how we're going to end. Here we go.
Avinu Malkeinu.
If I have done anything wrong to anyone watching this, I did not do so intentionally. If it still hurts you, please call me so that I can offer teshuvah to you. We can start the new year on a right foot. Maura Allen, anything I have done to you this past year, I ask your forgiveness. If I've wronged you, I ask your forgiveness. And everyone else, a Shana Tova and a good Yantif. Thanks so much for joining us.